take off, take flight with you. For we never fly, but we're flying.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to episode 212 of Take Flight podcast. And we are back again this week with a bite-sized takeaway episode. Now it's my turn, Shuwel, hosting for you today. Now, for those of you that are new, these Take Flight takeaway episodes are short, bite-sized episodes of around 10 minutes, where each of us take turns to share some takeaways and learnings which we think would be of value to others. In case you haven't checked out any of these takeaway episodes before, I highly recommend you check them all out. Now, this week I will be discussing the importance of timing in business. Now, that's something that I was reminded of recently during a conference at Oxford University. So I'll share with you the context, who I heard this from, why I believe it's relevant, and also considerations for all of us to have in the endeavors which we are pursuing. Now, first of all, the context. So as mentioned, I attended the OSEF conference, which stands for the Oxford Said Entrepreneurship Forum, which is the University of Oxford's annual entrepreneurship conference, where they gather entrepreneurs, investors, innovators, alumni, and students. Now, during the conference, I had the chance to meet with my Cambridge classmates while also connecting with new people who are either studying or involved in some shape or form in the Oxford ecosystem. And it was a fantastic day overall. Now, in all these conferences or events I attend, I do find myself coming away with maybe a few key messages to take on board. And most of the time, it's a lesson that really opens my eyes up the most. And for me, the key message that I took away from this conference was the importance of timing in business. Now, who said this? So this particular keynote that I attended was from the founder and CEO of a fintech bank. And this particular bank has been valued at a multi-billion-dollar valuation within a 10-year period. Now, the founder started this company, as mentioned, 10 years ago and had a very inspiring story to share, as she had dived into the world of entrepreneurship in her late 40s and had already a decorated and accomplished career in banking before that. Now, she has achieved way more than she had ever dreamed of and was now in the position to help other entrepreneurs and founders grow and scale their ideas through her investments. To one common area that she felt that people would very often overlook in an entrepreneurial career or even in a professional corporate career is the importance and significance of timing in people's success. Now, why is this relevant? So in the ever-growing world of business and entrepreneurship, timing plays a significant role, which can be very frustrating because it's something we can't fully control. Now, good timing can turn an average idea into a resounding success, while poor timing can end even the most promising ventures. Now, in her example that she shared, she mentioned that she was able to create a business at a time 10 years ago where fintech banks were able to enter the banking market in the UK, and technology was a platform for them to scale very quickly and grow rapidly. Now, if she was to create that business now in 2023, she did mention that online banks are available everywhere now around the world. And she was sure that success would have been impossible in this era and very, very hard to come by. Now, her recommendation was to try to find opportunities that are in an area of growth, which have positive tailwinds. And if you combine that with the experience and skill set that you have, then it will give you the best chance of success. And even then, the odds will be extremely stacked against you or anyone. Now, considerations for us moving forward. So reflecting on experiences in my career so far, I think we can't control the time, but we do have an ability to shape our actions to make the most of timing, giving us an even better chance in making a bigger impact. So some examples I wanted to share. One, in terms of when you're launching a product, try to launch the product with a story that is resonating. So what problems are coming up at that particular point in time? How can we solve that problem when we want to launch our product? And how can we really maximize the launch in that particular time period that we are launching? Another example that I wanted to share is when to maximize an opportunity to partner with someone or an organization that's also growing and has aligned interests. So an example of this could be finding a partner or a company to partner together with that is also looking to massively grow in their space at the same rate of where you want to grow or even greater. If you come together and partner at the right time, maybe early on in your career, then you can really grow together, help each other, and maximize the impact for all involved parties. And then the last example regarding timing is trying to time when to make a strategic move, whether that's to invest, to acquire, or divest. Now, as we've already mentioned multiple times, it's impossible to perfectly time the market. Olu has mentioned a few times in group episodes that it's difficult to time the market, but the best way to make the best returns is just consistently invest, which I completely agree. But during certain economic environments, when everything seems to be in the red, at that point, if you have the conviction and the courage to invest the most at that point, then that can lead to outsized returns over the long run, as long as you are also consistent with it as well. So to close this episode, my question to you, our amazing listeners, what can you do to position your endeavor, whether it's professionally, entrepreneurially, or even personally, to make and take advantage in these times that we are in today? So that's the end of this week's takeaway episode. In case you have any questions, as always, don't hesitate to reach out. Now you can find us on most social platforms at Take Flight Podcast. And in case you have any specific questions for me, you can find me on LinkedIn, Shuwel, or Instagram at Shuwel1. Please make sure to check out the previous takeaway episodes too from the whole team, and remember to subscribe to us on whichever platform you listen to us on. If you like this episode, I'd recommend checking out episode 173, where I shared 5 key lessons from a 10-year international career. And I did also speak then about timing with regards to your career. Now we'll be back next week with a new episode for you, the flyers. Keep on taking flight and flying high.
Take off, take flight with you. Yeah, for we never fly, but we're